Yes, you know what time it is. We're right back into it. Get myself situated. And another edition of the top five, that my favorite jerseys, my top five jerseys of each team continues on with those bad boys from Big D. That is the Dallas Stars. And we take a nice little journey down to, I'd say Jerry World, but seems like everything's doing okay, well, except for the Cowboys and whatever. The Mavericks made it to an NBA final. The soccer team's okay. The like I said, the Rangers won a World Series recently, but the Dallas Stars very distinguished in Dallas because they're the only team in Dallas, in the Dallas Arlington area, that is none other than Victory Green. So, pretty much, we should say I give credit where credit is due for the city of Dallas, and in taking in the Dallas Stars when they were the Minnesota North Stars. If I look and do my homework here, it was their first made it to Dallas in 1993, 1994, won a Stanley Cup against the Sabres. That was their first Stanley Cup. They made three appearances, and the Dallas Stars have been its own major brand, making their own identity from the Cowboys, the Mavericks, Dallas, FC Dallas, and even the Texas Rangers in the Fort Worth Arlington area. They play in the AAC, the American Airlines Center, home of the Mavericks as well. But they have a great fan base. I have a great friend of mine down who's graduated with my cousin. His name is Andrew. We call him Bodon, and he's down there with his family. Goes to games down there, and they are fantastic from what he tells me. So let's just jump right into this. And as always, I get the wonderful help from the ever so wonderful NHL uniform database. And I'll say this in every video: you get to see all the actual templates of what they did in each time frame, and all the way down to what they did with Winter Classics and Reverse Retros. You can check every single season, and you can check the teams that you need to do. It is a fun little gadget that I got to play with to do this series. So Dallas is very unique brand, and still has enough. Has retired names. It has Neil Brunton, Mike Modano. Everybody knows Mike Modano, and Sergei Zubov, if you will. I have a couple names that were including Yuri Letnin. So a lot of different names in the retired name. So as always, I'm going to try to fast forward this because they have a handful. So as we look through this and you scrape through, they have a handful, but they did not jump major hardcore into the Victory Green in 2013 when they jumped to that brand new identity with the star and the D on it. And they kind of got away from the gold, and that they got away from that kind of like straight green. I don't know what kind of greens. It's not a forest green, but they got away from that straight green, North Star green, you could say, to a kind of a. It's hard to tell. It's such a bright green, but they wanted to call it the Victory Green. If you want to, it's hard to tell about that. But the people in Dallas, they have adapted to it. Now, a couple honorable mentions. Now, I had this jersey at one point, and this I should put this in my top five because I had this jersey. It was basically pretty much iconic. Not iconic, but it resembled a high school jersey. Just the name, the word mark, number in the middle. You had the actual logo on the side. I actually should have put this in my top five, but this is an excellent honorable mention. But I remember this jersey, and I believe they wore this. I don't think they wore this in the American Airlines Center. I think they wore this in Reunion Arena to start off. So a couple other ones, and I have to put the two original ones from the old North Star days. They got rid of the North Star word mark, and they just went straight to stars. They went to that, and then they went to the actual block lettering, or the block striping all the way from the shoulder to the end. That was the Dallas Star jersey. We all remember that. And then when they put the word Dallas on it, they now had and pretty much own that identity. So give that a credit. I say that a lot, but that's the truth. A lot of teams, the bottom line for branding is having an identity to sell, put the logo on it, In the last handful of years when the expansion hit, Vegas had to do it and Seattle had to do it, and who knows what will be next. So, and one more little thing, and it is in big. I'll give you two more, and that was the first reverse retro, which kind of mimicked the star design work, which was basically that right there. And this actually is a. It's. I'm not gonna lie, it's a gorgeous jersey. It was an all white uniform, and it did not move. It just never. Just because it was all white, they had other options to do this the first time around. And yes, it was an all white logo or excuse me, an all white uniform. They wore the white pants, white socks with those, and it just did not sell. It did not move. Now, of course, um, collectors will try to find it because nobody wants it. But this was also the pandemic year. Remember that. And one last one, and you can never forget the constellation one, where they added a little bit of red to the star to the striping, the collar, and the bowl with the constellation, in which collectors call this the Mooters. The Mooters. That is pretty much what they call it. But they threw the star right on the right side, and this is a hard jersey to find, extremely hard. And I don't know if you'll ever find this jersey, but if you do, if you have it in your collection, and I know a few people who do, kudos. Now, let's just go right to it. It's my top five, and I'm just going to go right to number five, and that is the state or so that's the Winter Classic. They went straight victory green on this. They played this game in the Cotton Bowl, beat Nashville, and it was a unique jersey. Just with the block, this with the side block number, the font was actually not too bad either. You got the Texas flag on the collar. They went with a completely different design work in the front of the logo. Put the actual logo on the side with the Texas logo with the actual Texas state on there. This was unique, and it sold, and they won the game. It actually was like 40, 30 degrees at the Cotton Bowl for that game, so they got away with playing the stadium or the Winter Classic in Dallas and won the game. That's a jersey you want to definitely have in your collection, because if you win one you definitely want to hold on to it. I'm going to go number four, and I'm going to go the second reverse retro, because this one right here, redemption. Redemption, because you take the old one that they just had, and you basically could just flip it, and this is what they got, and it was a hit. And it was like the old Dumb and Dumber, all the things you did, and to come back with this, and it was a flipping hit. And I kind of wish they would make this a third jersey, but trust me, they definitely really redeemed themselves. This is one of the top reverse retros in my opinion. I think I did that on a tier list. Go ahead and see if you can scoop that up on my queue. Number three, I'm going to go the neon. I'm going to go the black and the black and neon with the Texas, with the state of Texas and the North and the Dallas logo on it. This was thinking outside the box when Dallas and Adidas was putting their stuff together. Home run, absolutely. And Dallas, they like different stuff. I mean, but they know their identity. They know their color schemes. Every city with their teams knows their color schemes. I mean, Dallas, when they see this, they weren't crazy about it. Then they started wearing it more often with their contract, and they took it in like it was their own. And even the players love this jersey. And this is a nice jersey to have, no question about it. Number two, I'm going to make it easy. It's not even it's blocking my cue, but it's that guy right there. And I'm simply just going to put it. I'm just going to simply put the current home jersey. I did not put the road jersey with the block, but it's a sharp jersey as well. But when you put the secondary logo with the round logo, with the Dallas Star, it's kind of like the badge logo. Clean striping on the elbows, striping on the bottom matches it. Collar's easy, collar's simple. Because you got a little bit of that piece up there. Nothing wrong with it, nothing crazy. And they hit a home run on this one. But number one, I'm going to tell you right now, I think I stand for a majority of everybody when I say if there is a chance they bring this back, or if some way, shape, or form They just bring this, or in some way, shape, or form, just like do a third. If you have to do a new third jersey, I grew up. I mean, this will probably end the video. I mean, that right there, that's the Dallas Stars I remember. I do remember the word mark. That should have been in my top five. I didn't even think about that, but it was hard to find that. It was hard to find a picture of that, so I just put that in an honorable mention. But this one and this one, people remember these jerseys, this design work, and this was fantastic. I mean, the coho, the starter days, um, the white line. This picture, I think was a coho or a CCM with the NHL 2000 logo on it. But that design work with the star on the bottom, that is what people remember the Dallas Stars for. And they are known for victory green. That back then was kind of like I mean, I look at it now, it's kind of like a forest green, something of that. But when you added the gold to it in the black, when they started mixing that, it had its own identity and it had its own brand. Kudos, golf clap to the Dallas Stars for having probably one of the best sets, quietly one of the best sets in the business. What was your favorite? I mean, I pretty much threw the book at you. So I don't know what your favorite was, but there's some nice ones there. You made it to the end, and I'll tell you what, that one right there is definitely one I remember. And if you have anything, throw a comment in, chuck a like to all that stuff because you made it to the end. And this will round this one out, and I will see you, Bloody Legends, in the next one. And if I remember correctly, this journey definitely continues, as I believe we're going to Detroit next time. You hang out with us. So until then, the bar is closed, and I will see you guys once again in the next one. Yep, that if I remember, yeah, fix it up right there. Yep, those two, yeah, those guys, and pretty much this guy right here. That's the Dallas Stars I remember.